Blue Archive is about to hit us with one of the most terrifying banner lineups in its entire history. 4 banner blocks back to back, and the second block is the super special anniversary banner. So while I'm checking my own pocket, I started to wonder, is Blue Archive's gacha system actually generous? And to test that, I will be running a gacha simulator to show you the best strategy to get the characters you want without going broke. Let's start with the basic. If you're new to Blue Archive, you might have heard the veterans tell you not to pull unless you get 24,000 Pyroxenes. Because Blue Archive doesn't have any PT system. Your only safety net is that redeem counter at 200 pulls. We call that a spark system. But what if you ignore that advice? Let's say you don't have enough pyro for the spark, or if you have some leftovers and you try to YOLO it. Let's put that in a simulator. This graph basically tells you that you're going to have a very bad time. At 50 pulls, your odds of getting the rate-up character are less than 1 in 3. At 100 pulls, it's a literal coin flip. Even at 150 pulls, more than 1 out of 3 players will still walk away with absolutely nothing. In fact, nearly 25% of players will go all the way to 200 pulls and have to spark it. And this is terrible for you. If the banner ends while you are at 199 pulls, you go back to 0. Remember, recruitment points do not carry over. And because of that, do not strategize on average pull. There is no guarantee you'll get the character at pull 107. You either get the character or you don't. So in conclusion, yes, the veteran advice is completely sound. Blue Archive actively punish small spendings. Always save up to 24k and dump them all at once. So does that mean Blue Archive's gacha system is completely trash then? Not necessarily. Because if you commit that 24,000 Pyroxenes to secure a guaranteed spark, there is a big chance you're going to get more than one character. If you run this in the simulator again, the average yield is 2.4 copies per 200 pulls once you include the spark. In fact, 75% of players will get more than 1 copy. So you can say the average Pyroxene cost per character is actually just 10,000 or about 83 pulls. I found this post on Reddit documenting the gain per month of about 14,000 Pyroxenes per month or about 117 pulls. If this data is true, then that's actually pretty generous. Again, the key is that you have to wait until you have that 24k to pull. You'll avoid the risk of getting nothing, and you are very likely to get more than 1 character. Okay, so now we know the theories. How do we apply it to real-world examples? I'm going to use my own account as an example so you can follow along with my thinking process. Step 1. Budgeting. Right now, I'm sitting at 42,000 Pyroxenes and 10 tickets. Normally, that is not enough to guarantee 2 full sparks. However, the anniversary will give us 100 free pulls that we must use during that week. It's usually going to come at 10 free pulls per day. So I recommend you to wait for the 10th day to do your full pulls. Now with those free pulls, that will safely secure me 2 full sparks for this event. Step 2. Shopping list. With 2 sparks locked down, I can now pick 2 blocks I will pull for. I will skip the 3rd and 4th since those units are not limited. Step 3. Now within each block, I will now have to rank my targets ruthlessly because we cannot expect a perfect sweep. For the first block, my priority is Rio first, Himari second. Toki is free in this event. You will get her just by playing. So, because there are only 2 characters, I have 75% chance of success here. The second block is the real challenge. These are anniversary units that won't rerun for a year or 2. Luckily for me, I already have Hoshino Arm, so my priority will be Kei, Ares, and then Shiroko Terror. With that being said, this is quite risky. Because I picked 3 characters, my odds of getting them all within 200 pulls is down to 41%. And with that, we have to move on to Step 4, Coping Session, to mentally prepare ourselves for our failures. The key here is to judge what is my best and worst case. My worst possible outcome is to only get Rio and K. I get absolutely nothing until Spark at 200 at both blocks. But that is exceedingly rare at 6.25%, so I will not be worried too much about it. But if this happens to you, please drop an F in the comment section so we can pay respects. On the other side, my odds of getting all 5 characters within 400 pulls is just 30%. Not impossible, but it's a big gamble. Now, realistically, the most likely scenario is for me to get 2 characters from each banner, so I will probably miss Shiroko Terror, but my odds of success is up to 56%. Again, all of these calculations are specifically tailored for me. You have to adjust the calculations yourself and judge whether the risk is acceptable for you. For example, if you have more Pyro, you can aim for more blocks, or even do more than 200 pulls to guarantee a character. Ultimately, there is nothing we can do to change the outcome. We just have to make do with what we get. Unless, of course, if you want to permanently redeem Friendapet's credit card for an extra 10 pulls, or if you use your own credit card to whale. But what do you think? How many Pyroxenes you save up? And which characters are you going for? And if you're watching this from the future, hello! How did your pulls go? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe for more gacha game analysis like this, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.